Hello everybody, welcome to the third video of the tutorial series. In this video we're just going to be covering how to use solids, how to create solids, and how to work with them using Boolean tools. In the previous videos we've already covered how to use line tools and how to use surface tools. But in this video we can actually dive into how Rhino is able to create multiple different shapes and sizes of solids. You can bring down the drop-down menu to see a variety of different types, or you can also go to the top to select different types as well. Just as an example, I'm going to bring out a few of them. So let's start with the box. Go from corner to corner like a rectangle, and then extrude it to whatever height you desire. You can also create spheres as well, starting from the center and creating radius for it. There's hollow cylinders where you do the inside diameter, create the outside diameter, and extrude. And the list goes on with these different types of tools. So I just ask that everyone tries to work with these solid tools and see which ones will be the best fit for their models. Let me just clean up this for a second. Now, how do we actually work with solid tools and actually get them to fit seamlessly together? As an example, let's go into perspective view and draw a couple rectangular prisms. There's one box. You can actually copy this box here. Type in the copy command, select the box, and just move it to wherever you like. And I'll actually place another one here as well. Click right mouse button when you're done. Let's rotate this, move it down, and rotate it again like that. Okay, cool. So let's work with these Boolean tools to see how to work with solids. First tool I want to cover is Boolean Union. Pretty much what Boolean Union does, it connects two solids together and trims the intersection between them. So these two rectangles are clearly intersecting. So when we select the tool, it's going to ask us to select surfaces or polysurfaces to union. So we want to select this rectangle and this rectangle together. So we hold shift to select them both and hit enter. And once we do that, we can see that cuts are made where the blocks were intersecting and makes them a seamless pair. The next tool in the Boolean list is actually Boolean difference. So what this tool is going to do is subtract one solid from the other. So let's select the tool here. The select surfaces to subtract from. So I want to subtract from our unionized solid right here. Click enter, and then select the surface you want to subtract with. We're selecting this other rectangle, and when you hit enter, you can see that the cut was made where the rectangle was previously. Now let's undo this and show the last Boolean tool, which is actually Boolean intersection. So it's the total opposite of what Boolean Union does. It actually takes where the blocks were intersecting and removes any of the exposed pieces. So if we select Boolean intersection and select the first set of polysurfaces and the second, you can see that where they are intersecting is the only place that's left from those two rectangles. Okay, now that we have a general idea of how these solid tools work, let's try to put them into practice and start with a small model of a barn. So I'm just going to start by creating a box as its base. And then let's create a triangular roof. So let's start with the line tool, start at the vertex, and head to the midpoint. And once you're at the midpoint, you can hit Control and the left mouse button, and that'll create a line that is perpendicular to the construction plane, just to guide you and keep you straight. Once that's selected, you can stop creating the line. A helpful tool here would be the mirror, which allows you to mirror an object based on the line that you set down. So using the midpoint of this top of the box, you could actually mirror this perfectly along the box's edges. Let's close off this triangle here, select them, join them together, and extrude the curve and go to the other side of the barn. Now let's add a silo to the side of this thing, go from the midpoint, get that size and bring it to the top. And let's add a sphere to the top of the silo just for looks. And that's a fairly accurate miniature barn. Now what we can do is select all of these objects and click Boolean Union to make sure they're all seamlessly put together. And let's try and use the Boolean difference tool and create some windows on the side of this barn. So an easy way that we can do this is actually outline the face of this barn like that, select the curve, and then type in offset. And it will allow you to offset this curve at any distance that you want, set in the command box, and make it smooth or curved on the edges. Many options for that. Now that we have that, let's actually go into our right view and try and create some orthogonal lines to follow so that we can create some windows here. So let's hold shift and create a window just like that. And then once you're done laying out the lines that you want, you can actually start deleting some of them. And we can select this window and actually extrude it now. So type in extrude and just a little bit so that we can create some depth building. Now we can take the extrusion and type in array linear. And what this command does, it allows you to repeat the same object as many times as you want. So let's say I wanted to have 5 windows here. I can copy from, let's pick from this point and follow it along this line and try and keep it centered. And as you can see, the extrusions were placed all along that line on the side of the barn. Now to actually create a window from this, we can pick Boolean difference. We want to subtract from the barn, click enter, hold shift and select all of our windows, and then the windows are actually created. And that's pretty much it for how to work with Boolean Union and difference. In the next video, I'm going to be showing everyone how to work with textures and how to make this model a little more detailed with chamfers and fillets. Thanks for watching.